guys. So again, please remind your friends who are still coming in to please rename themselves or to follow the proper format of the names so we can recognize you per year level or per school. Thank you.
That made me feel like I was worth the love. We used to hold hands, now I dance alone. We had Springsteen playing so loud. We danced in the things right. But we can't go back to the way that we used to. Never a poison running through my blood. Party rock! Yeah.
Good evening, everyone, and we're about to start our program in a few minutes. So please enjoy your day, and let's wait lang muna sa ating mga ibang participants. Thank you.
Again, for those who came in, we would like to remind you guys that we are also live on YouTube. So if you didn't get the link yet, I'll post the link right now so you can share it to those who weren't able to register. Also, we would like to remind everyone to follow the proper format of meeting. So if you have friends who are still coming in, please remind them para ma-admit sila kasi strict yung ating gatekeeper. Dapat proper daw yung format ng name para ma-admit. Thank you.
announcement, guys. For those of you who can set your virtual backgrounds, uh, merong file na in-attach sa chat. So you can use this pics as your virtual background for tonight. Thank you.
What would I do without your smart now? Drawing me in and you kicking me out. Got my head spinning, no kidding. I can't pin you down. What's going on in that beautiful mind? I'm your magical mystery ride, and I'm so busy, don't know what hit me, but I'll be alright. My head's underwater, but you're crazy and I'm out of my mind. 'Cause all of me loves all of you. Love your curves and all your edges, all your perfect imperfections. Give your all to me. I give my all to you. You're my end and my beginning. Even when I lose the weight, 'cause I give you all of me, and you give me all of you. Oh, how many times do I have to tell you? Even when you're crying, you're beautiful too. The world is beating you down, around, through every mood. You're my downfall, you're my muse, my worst distraction, my rhythm and blues. I can't stop singing, it's ringing in my head for you. My head's underwater, but I'm breathing fine. You're crazy and I'm out of my mind.
Are we ready to go?
Yes, we'll
Um,
start the
let's
talk.
start in a while, Doc.
All right.
let us put ourselves in the presence of the Lord as we have our opening prayer.
Let us put ourselves in the presence of the Lord. We thank you for everyone gathered here now. Thank you that you know each of us by name and have caused us to walk with you. We say that we are dependent on you and our trust in you completely. As we surrender ourselves in adoration, we welcome you amongst us today and celebrate the gift of life that you have lavished upon each of us. We ask that you would open our ears so that we may hear your voice, open our minds so that we may receive your eternal wisdom, open our spirits so that we may know your leading and guidance, and open our hearts so that we may receive your wonderful love. Lord, we thank you for the speakers and facilitators. We pray that you would give them great inspiration as they share with us what you have placed on their heart. We pray that you would fill them with courage and give them your peace. We all ask this in the glorious name of Jesus. Amen.
Tell your friends it was nice to meet them, but I hope I never see them.
Okay, good evening again, everyone. And to open up our program, let's welcome our internal vice president of Kinaadman Student Council, Ms. Margaret Hekale.
Good evening to each and every one of you. Once again, I am Margaret Hecale, the Internal Vice President of Kinaadman Student Council, and I warmly welcome you all to our webinar entitled Skincare in the Pandemic Scare. It is really a challenge for us to take good care of our skin in this time of pandemic, most especially now that we have to wear face mask. So personally, I think lahat naman ng med students, once in a while we really have pimple breakouts, and sometimes the products that we put on our face, instead of treating our pimples, it makes it worse. So and thankfully, with the help of this webinar, our knowledge on skincare will be broadened. So our misconceptions and wrong practices will be corrected, and we'll be able to learn a lot from it. With that saying, I'm looking forward that tonight's webinar will be a productive one as we get to learn and apply to ourselves the measures in taking good care of our skin, most especially in this pandemic. So stay with us all throughout this webinar as we still have a lot in store for you. So once again, thank you and welcome to tonight's webinar.
Thank you so much, Margaret. So, healthy skin is a reflection of overall wellness.
In today's webinar, we're going to talk about how do we properly take care of our skin in this time of pandemic straight from a dermatologist's perspective.
My name is Ina,
And my name is Preston.
and we are your hosts for this evening. Welcome to Skincare in the Pandemic Scare. Woo! Woo! Alright. So, partner, 12-12 na today. Nag-add to cart ka na ba?
Yes, nag-add to cart na ako ng mga skincare products ko eh. Actually, yung skincare
Wow
ko,
naman.
I don't know kung okay ba dito sa Philippines.
Wow, from Korea. So, does that make you an oppa?
Yes, actually, I'm part Shoujon right now.
Wow naman. So, oppa na polo. I'm sure na marami na tayong mga kasama ngayon, no? So, how about we start with a roll call?
Yes.
Kasi we have guests from Brokenshire and also from other schools. Wow. Thank you for joining us this evening. So, I would like to start with a roll call from our students from Brokenshire. So, if your year level is mentioned, kindly raise your hand or send us an emoji from the reactions or show your faces. Kaway-kaway kayo. All right. So, let's welcome our students from Brokenshire, the first year medical students. Woo! Kaway-kaway naman dyan. Ayan sila. Wow naman. Thank you for joining us. Now, I would like to call. Ito na. This is my batch. Let's go, guys. Second year students, where are you? Kaway-kaway. Send us an emoji. Go, bro. Second year. Ito na. Asan ang mga third year medical students? Asan kayo? Ayan sila. Ayan. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Where are our seniors, the fourth year medical students? Are you here? Ayan. Nicolo, how about you start with a roll call from our guests from other schools?
Yes, so actually we are live on YouTube right now, and we have a lot of guests from other schools. We would also like to welcome our participants from different universities and institutions, starting from yung kapitbahay natin, Davao Medical School Foundation, kaway-kaway kayo po. And from Davao Doctors College also, Jose Maria College, where are you guys? Raise your hands. From Mindanao State University, Notre Dame of Marble University, Silliman University. We also have from San Pedro College, St. Alexius College, and from Davao also, University of Mindanao, Xavier University Medicine Department, and last but not the least from Cebu, Cebu Institute Medicine Department. Again, guys, welcome and enjoy our webinar this evening.
Wow, welcome. Ang dami pala nating mga
Yes, ang dami
participants
nila.
this evening. We also have, hello din sa mga nanonood from YouTube. Alright, so as you've seen in our poster, no, you can see it in your screen. Syempre, masaya always ang webinar ng BrokeMed kasi we have a raffle draw. I'm sure sa mga sumali sa ating imposter syndrome na webinar last time, you know na masaya talaga ang ating webinar dito dahil we have prizes for all of you. So, I hope sa lahat ng guests na na-mention namin, you stay until the end kasi we will be drawing your names at the end. And then if you're not here, syempre, disqualified. Kasi we want everyone to stay until the end para masaya. We're all together until the end. Alright? So, we will be giving away of 250 pesos. Malaki na yung 250, guys. Pwede na pang-uwi sa Shopee, Lazada, ganon. And for our major prizes, we will be giving away, or there will be 3 winners of 1,000 pesos worth of Southeast Dermatology Services. Wow! Ito po namin yan. Ay, gusto mo rin na yun. Okay, so yung ating gift certificate for Southeast Dermatology can be used to buy their products or to avail of their services. So, who doesn't want that, diba? So, napakasaya, exciting. So, please stay until the end.
Yes,
So-
and before we start, proceed to the next part, merong announcement dito. So for those, we encourage everyone to take a screenshot of any part of the webinar with your face. If you will get disconnected, please send the screenshot to the Secretariat of Kinaadman. Please look onto your chat box right now. So there's a announcement there. Thank you very much.
Alright. So, wag na nating patagalin pa. To introduce our speaker for this evening, may I call in Miss Diwani Yap, a second-year medical student.
Hello. You hear me okay?
Yes.
Good evening, everyone. It is my honor to introduce tonight's speaker. He is a fellow of the Philippine Dermatological Society and a member of the Philippine Dermatological Society Research Core Group, Immunodermatology Subspecialty Core Group, and Dermatopathology Society of the Philippines. He is also an associate editor of the Journal of the Philippine Dermatological Society, a consultant dermatologist and dermatopathologist of the Southern Philippines Medical Center, private clinics at Brokenshire Hospital and Southeast Dermatology, Davao City. Here to talk about skincare in the pandemic scare, let us welcome Dr. Bryan Edgar Guevara.
All right, thank you so much, All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity to share, of course, my knowledge in terms of skincare, especially now that it is pandemic. Hopefully, you're all well, safe, and of course, we need to take care of the skin as well because, of course, we keep on wearing masks, face shield, etc., and we don't want to more or less burden our skin in terms of these pandemic activities. All right. So, can you see my slides? Thumbs up? Yes? No? Uh,
Yes, Doc.
I think, all right, good, perfect. All right. So basically, this is going to be talking about how to take care of the skin, not necessarily only during the pandemic, but also during all your throughout your lifetime. Okay, so it's going to be backed by science. As mentioned earlier, I'm a dermatologist, I'm a dermatopathologist, and also I'm an immunodermatologist, which means I deal with the immunology of the skin, and definitely we are backing it with science. And of course, molecular dermatology or dermatopathology is also my subspecialty, so that we can have this cool concepts and maybe we can apply this in terms of your skincare. So it's not about nerdiness or geekiness, but it's more on practicality in terms of how I discuss all these tips for everyone, not only necessarily for the pandemic, but again, as mentioned earlier, I want you to apply this all throughout your lifetime so that you can take care of the skin properly and you do not be deceived by products sold in the online, like online stuff, especially now it's 12/12. There's a lot of products being sold in the market, and sometimes it could be really nasty. It could destroy your skin, it could have a lot of side effects, complication. It might have like steroids, it might have mercury, etc. And I don't want like products, I don't want to like limit to like a certain brand, because of course this is not company sponsored and I have no conflict of interest, although I have my own private practice. But do not worry, I have no conflict of interest. I'm not a Lazada. I'm not an online. Uh, I'm not selling anything online, so do not worry. I'm not gonna mention anything on a certain brand. I'm not pertaining to a certain brand, but you have to understand the concept, especially the ingredients, so that you can understand what product to purchase and what product to use and what products to avoid. Okay. So, all right. So the first question, very important, is what products to use. Of course, we have a lot of products in the market, cosmetic products, cosmetic skincare, even soap, shampoo, etc. are one of the biggest business market worldwide, not only limited to the Asian countries, especially in Asia. We have a lot of products available, specifically in the Philippines. We have the whitening creams, we have lightening agents, which of course are because of colonial mentality. So let's see on what are the products that we must not forget in terms of our on how to take care of our skin. So of course, the application of skincare products has to be really applied in a correct order. So you have to wash your face. Okay, so hopefully you can wash your face with a paraben-free soap or wash. Sometimes we have ingredients that can be toxic also. So for example, for some patients who have contact dermatitis or allergies, sometimes they're sensitive with fragrance. Okay, so very important to avoid also if you have such sensitivity. So paraben can also be really harmful to our skin, make our skin very sensitive, dry, etc. And for number two, you can apply your medication or treatment. For example, if you're a patient or you're or an individual like a student with an acne treatment or maybe a moisturizer or certain products that you want to use, do not forget to apply this after washing. So do not forget to wash your face twice a day at least, and hopefully on do not sleep without washing your face or leaving your makeup on, because it's gonna be really dirty for the face, and it can clog your pores as well. Very importantly is that you have to apply your moisturizer. I always recommend my patients within 10 minutes of shower or washing your face, you need to apply your moisturizer. Specifically, especially now because you have your pandemic, everyone uses alcohol. Everyone washes their hands frequently compared before, especially the doctors, nurses, or healthcare workers. They keep on using alcohol or washing their hands. Do not forget to moisturize. So in our private practice and even in teledermatology or online consult, we keep on seeing patients having hand eczema because of course we keep on washing your hands. You have to lose basically the moisture in your skin because of the frequent hand washing. And finally, you need to apply also your sunscreen because especially in the Philippines, we're in a tropical country, we are predisposed to extreme weather such as extreme sun exposure. So you have to be careful with the sun exposure. I'm gonna talk about more about sunscreen and sun protection. Don't worry about that. And on the fourth, you may apply your makeup if desired. Okay, so sometimes some products will have already a combination of a makeup plus SPF or sun protection. Okay, so that should be good, especially here in the Philippines that we have this really humid environment and we keep on sweating. So that's gonna be handy in terms of having a two-in-one product. All right, so if I may ask a student, how frequent do you wash your face? How about a student from maybe Jose Maria, JMC? Do you have a student or representative that I can? I mean, there's no right or wrong answer. I mean, you can just answer whatever you practice. Okay, so from Jose Maria, do you have anything to say or a representative? How frequent do you wash your face? No representative, or maybe a president or something of a group, or maybe just a volunteer, right? We just make it like as interactive as possible so that we cannot be bored, especially we keep on watching or listening to webinars. Any volunteer, how frequent do you wash your face? No volunteers,
Twice a
or
day,
maybe
Doc.
chat.
Two times,
Sorry,
Doc. Three
maybe.
times, Doc.
All right. Okay. I am hearing a lot now. Maybe you can chat it because, of course, in the chat box, you may type in your answers. Don't be shy. All right. So whoever, okay. So there's like twice a day, um, at least twice a day, three times a day, once. Sad face. Don't be sad. Don't worry. Before sleeping, etc. All right, so a lot of you answered around twice a day. So I think that's good enough and fair enough. Of course, when waking up, if you can wash your face, okay, and even after your class or maybe before sleeping, because of course you have been exposed in the environment. You have oily skin. You have like sometimes you wear sunscreen, you wear makeup on. So I think that's reasonable enough to have twice a day of washing your face. Very good. All right. So there are tips also in terms of taking a bath. Okay. Sometimes because we keep on washing our face too much. Rinsing or taking a bath or even washing your face can be really harmful for our skin, especially it can lead to drying. Okay, so remember, for example, a farmland, for example, if it's really dry, there's gonna be cracks in that soil or in land. Okay, so it's just imagine your skin. If it's really dry, it can cause cracks also in your skin, and of course there's going to be inflammation, subclinical inflammation, or the clinical inflammation can be red, scaly, dry, and itchy because of your skin got dry. Okay, so what are the tips to avoid dry skin? Again, moisturize immediately after taking a bath or shower. So while your skin is still damp, you have to lock in the moisture. Okay, so after just taking bath, maybe just pat dry and of course moisturize immediately. Okay. I keep on advising my patients around 5 to 10 minutes of showering or toweling off, maybe apply a moisturizer. All right, so limit your bath or shower to 5 to 10 minutes to avoid drying out your skin. Sometimes I hear from patients or from friends even, that they could take shower around 30 to 40 minutes. All right, so you can shower just 5 to 10 minutes so that you won't like lead to dryness of the skin. All right, so reach for gentle products. So you use mild hypoallergenic, fragrance-free cleansers or paraben-free or cleansers so that it could be really gentle to the skin. Use warm water. Okay, so if you use hot water, it removes the skin natural oil. So very importantly, because for example, like washing the dishes, if you like rinse or wash your plate or even the lutuan, there's so grease, there's a lot of grease, and if you use hot water, you can see the grease to fade away. Okay, so it's like the concept also, if you shower or shower with hot water, you will grease off or remove all the oil, which can be also important to the skin to trap in the moisture. And of course, pat your skin dry. Okay, gently use a soft towel. Okay, do not rub. Okay, so in Philippines, you are common to have this labacara. Please avoid that also, because it's gonna lead your skin to it can be really rough to your skin and make it drier as well. All right, so for patients having eczema or for example atopic dermatitis or skin asthma, so these are the tips for them. Okay, so there are a lot of eczema or atopic dermatitis patients even in medical student. When I was a medical student, I have the severe flare of atopic dermatitis because of the stress. Okay, so sometimes we tend to forget how to take care of the skin because we're so busy studying, attending classes, lecture, etc. So do not forget all these steps. Okay, so bathe as recommended by a dermatologist once, twice. Okay, apply a moisturizer within 3 minutes of bathing, and avoid rubbing your skin. Okay, avoid scratching. Every time you scratch your skin, it's gonna get thicker. Okay, so that's the response of the skin. It becomes your lichen simplex chronicus or the thick skin. Okay, so you have to avoid scratching or giving stimulus to your skin, and use only fragrance-free products. As mentioned earlier, sometimes patients tend to have a contact dermatitis or sensitivity to fragrance. Dress in loose-fitting cotton clothing and apply medicine as directed by your dermatologist. All right, so finish off with washing, taking a bath, and avoiding your skin to be dry. So, of course, as mentioned earlier, I cannot stress enough the importance of moisturizer. Okay, so apply a moisturizer as frequent as you can so that you can avoid all these problems, including atopic dermatitis, including hand dermatitis because of the pandemic. Okay, so that's clear. All right, so I have a question. You may type in your answers in the chat box. So if I may ask you, what is your skin type? Is it oily, dry, or mixed? All right, so type in your answers in the chat box. All right, so a lot of here mentioned or said it's oily, mixed, sensitive, oily, sad face. I understand it's so annoying to have an oily face. Mix, who combination, oily, mix, oil. So surprisingly, there's no dry skin among the group. Okay, so a lot of us here in our or the participants in our webinar is oily or mixed or sensitive. All right. So I don't know whether sensitive could be dry or very sensitive with the cosmetic products. All right. So let's see. All right. So these are the different skin types in terms of the oiliness, dryness, and even the combination and even the sensitivity. All right. So you have to know, okay, what type of skin do you have, particularly on the face. So oily skin, usually oily skin is common among us, especially teenagers or millennials like us, okay? Because our oil is very active, oil gland are very active. That's why it's very oily. Sometimes you have the dry skin, you can see flaky or itchy or rough whenever you touch your face. It's kind of rough, okay? You can hear like those roughness also through your skin. Sensitive skin may sting or burn even after using whatever products. Like if, for example, a dermatologist recommended you a moisturizer or a certain cream, and you become irritated already. because you have a sensitive skin. Probably you have a predisposing disease such as atopic dermatitis or skin asthma because you have sensitive skin. And probably also we have combination. Sometimes you have only the T zone which is dry and the rest, T zone which is oily and the rest of the skin or the face is dry. So you have to know what type of skin type you have so that we can address this properly in terms of how to take care of the skin or how to avoid all these complications such as acne, such as atopic dermatitis, etc. All right, for the dry skin, very importantly, moisturizer. Moisturize, moisturize, moisturize. I know, I understand it could be really annoying if you keep on moisturizing. Sometimes you have a lot of products using moisturizer, sunscreen, and etc. There are certain products that there will be a combination of course, number one, moisturizer and sunscreen that could be really helpful. If you come in our clinic, there's also like products that we have two in one, like moisturizer, sunscreen in one. All right, for oily skin, very importantly, if you choose a product, make sure it could be water based so that if you can avoid like so much oiliness also in the face. So if because you tend to be oily, I think the best product for you will be water based products. Okay, so it's not going to be greasy on your skin. Combination, maybe combination of both. And sensitive skin, I suggest that you have to see the dermatologist and maybe use certain products that will have this hypoallergenic, very mild, fragrance-free product so that you won't have this trigger to your skin that may also do harm. All right, I hope that's clear. Okay, so you need to understand what type of skin do you have so that you may understand what products to purchase and what products to discuss maybe with your dermatologist in the future, and hopefully they will, or us dermatologists can recommend a perfect product for you. All right, so we are gonna have the myth and fact about acne. So acne occurs because your face is dirty. That's obviously a myth. Okay, I keep on telling my patient it doesn't mean that if you have acne, your face is dirty and full of dirt because of blocking the pores. No, you're not taking care of the skin. No, that's not true. You're not taking a shower. You're not washing your face twice a day. No, that's not true. Okay. So, what is the fact in terms of acne pathogenesis? So, basically, it is caused by four main factors. Number one is excess oil or sebum. Hair follicles going to be clogged by oil or dead skin or skin cells. Okay, that's going to form the comedones. I'm going to show you later. And bacteria proliferation, particularly your P. acnes or Propionibacterium acnes. And definitely, there's going to be inflammation later on. I think it's easier when we address this by pathogenesis because everyone here is like medical students, so it's so easier for you to understand this. All right, so the corneocyte or skin cells going to be clogged here. So definitely we will have problem in terms of releasing the sebum or the oil products outside the skin, and there's going to be accumulation inside. Okay, so the sebum is going to be accumulated here because of the trap, okay, area here, and because of the corneocytes are getting clogged here, and sometimes if it gets oxidized, you will have that black discoloration, that is your blackhead. Okay, so that's why you have a lot of blackheads. That's not dirt, that's not pugaw, or that's not libag. Okay, so it's actually oxidized form of all these block products. Okay, so this is your uh, uh, open comedone or your black head, and this is your closed comedone because it cannot be oxidized, so it's going to be your white head. Okay, that small bumps on your face. The problem later on, because of the accumulation of all these oil inside, is going to be the proliferation of the bacteria, specifically your P. acnes bacteria. So whenever you have a lot of food such as the oil, okay, so for example, you have a buffet in Viking, so you will have a lot of bacteria also there. Okay, so they have a lot of food, so they can proliferate easily. Okay, so they're having a buffet here, for example, a romantic baboy, for example, okay, some gibsal unlimited, so they can proliferate easily. So whenever you have a lot of bacteria, you have a lot of cytokines, or you have a lot of waste products, so they keep on secreting all these inflammatory mediators or cytokines and calling in all the neutrophils, okay, calling all all these inflammatory cells such as your neutrophils and leading to pus. Okay, so whenever you have pus, you have pustules, cysts, nodules, and that's why you have a lot of fibrosis later on, because you have a lot of inflammation. You keep on destroying the dermis collagen, for example, and that's why you have cystic acne, and later on you will form that scar. So that easy concept of your acne, that's why you need to understand what products or treatment options available there so that we can control all these acne lesions. All right, so number one, you need to correct the plug. Okay, so avoid this plug. Okay, we need to remove all those dead skin. We need to normalize the keratinization. That's why we need a retinoid. Okay, so retinoids such as adapalene, such as tretinoin. Sometimes there is so much products available in the market. Sometimes it gets confusing, but don't worry. As long as you have a retinoid and a benzoyl peroxide, sometimes benzoyl peroxide will kill off the P. acnes bacteria, and definitely you will be in good hands. But always consult a dermatologist before starting any treatment, because of course certain products can lead to bacterial resistance, certain products can lead to uh, sensitivities such as your irritation on the face, and of course you don't want that to happen to your skin or anyone's skin. All right, so always consult a board certified dermatologist so that you won't have any problems such as this. All right, so now because of the pandemic, you see a lot of maskne or face mask acne. Okay, so sometimes because of the we keep on wearing masks. Okay, so the concept here is that sometimes it's gonna accumulate moisture, and it's gonna have this frictional dermatosis or frictional related acne on the sides. That's why it's gonna lead to your acne. Okay, so sometimes you need to take care of the skin in a specific manner because of wearing face masks. All right, so these are the tips in terms of how to take care of your face whenever you are wearing your mask. Okay, so sometimes because we're done with the washing your face, sometimes we do wash it more often, it's going to lead to dryness. So whenever your skin is dry, you will have abnormal differentiation of your keratinocytes, leading to your accumulation or block in that pore. Okay, so that's another problem with that. So skip makeup or look for products labeled as non-comedogenic or it won't clog your pores. Use mild or fragrance-free products. Apply moisturizer before and after wearing your mask. And sometimes you can apply petroleum jelly on your lips because sometimes it's very drying as well. So regularly wash your cloth face mask to prevent skin issues. So whenever you have this face mask, because you want to use the cloth first, then the regular mask, you can do so as long as you need to regularly wash all these cloth masks. Okay. Sometimes I address this mask need by advising them that you may use your cloth mask, then cover it with the regular surgical grade mask, because of course cloth mask won't protect you from the virus or won't even help limit or contain the virus. But I do agree that you can use the cloth mask as long as you have also that surgical mask afterwards. All right, so done with the mask need. Now we're going to talk about sun protection. All right, very important checklist in terms of how to protect your skin from the sun. Of course, number one is avoid sun exposure by basically having shade. Okay, it's indoors. But of course, you cannot prevent yourself from going outdoors, like certain activities or even your regular daily basis. Is that you can wear all these following precautions, like long sleeve shirt, for example. You have your wide brim hat, okay, so to protect your face and your ears and your nape, because of course sometimes we can tend to see a lot of skin cancers behind the ear because we keep on forgetting in terms of applying sunscreen also there. Sunglasses, not only because you don't want to have wrinkles on the side, but of course you don't want to have also cancer on those areas. And definitely very important is your sunscreen. Could be your broad spectrum water resistant sunscreen, especially if you're like exercising outside or maybe swimming, etc. All right, so this is like a summary in terms of why we have to use sunscreen, because we don't want to have skin cancer. Earlier this morning, I removed like 7 lesions from the body of different patients because of a possibility of skin cancer, specifically among patients who are fond of having sun exposure a lot, like going to the beach without any sunscreen, etc. All right, so it's one of the most common types of cancer, not only in the US but also in the Philippines. Sorry. Sorry about that. And yes, so very importantly is we have to identify what is the best sunscreen. Excuse me. All right, so what are the types of sunscreen? So you have two types of sunscreens. You have the physical sunscreen and you have the chemical sunscreen. So a physical sunscreen works like a shield. Okay, so basically it's just on the surface of the skin. It will deflect all the sun's rays or UV. Okay, so we look for ingredients such as zinc oxide and titanium dioxide, and this is very good for patients having skin sensitivity. All right, so patients who tend to use chemical sunscreen, they works as like the sunscreen works like a sponge. It absorbs all the sun's rays or UV. Okay, so it has these components: oxybenzones, avobenzones, all the enzones, or sometimes you cannot basically read it, but this formulation tends to be easier to rub into the skin without leaving a white residue. So in this is the difference. Okay, so product A, for example, I apply it, you will have this white cast. So this is because this is made of zinc oxide and titanium dioxide. This is a physical sunscreen. Remember, it's like a shield, so it deflects. Okay, so this is a white sunscreen, or that's leaving a white cast or residue. For sunscreen B, for example, this is a chemical type of sunscreen. It has this works as a sponge. Okay, so it's an exobenzone, avobenzone. It absorbs. Okay, it absorbs all the UV, all the radiation from the sun. So that's why we don't have this cast also. So that's the difference of physical sunscreen and the chemical sunscreen. Again, I'm not endorsing any product. That's why I'm showing all you this random stuff. All right, so what is SPF? So basically, this is the difference of no sunscreen, or basically no protection at all, and SPF 15 and SPF 13. Basically, you can see the concept here above is the sunlight. You have 100 photons, for example, and this is where you have your sunscreen, and how many the photons can enter the skin depending on the with sunscreen or without sunscreen. Definitely, all the sunscreen without sunscreen can penetrate to your skin. So 100% of the sun's photons can penetrate your skin. In contrast to your SPF 15 sunscreen, there's gonna be 93% protection. Okay, so what is the meaning of 93% protection? Only 7 out of the 100 photons will penetrate or can enter the skin. And so with your SPF 30, which is 97% protection already, only 3 photons can enter the skin. All right, so SPF 50, 100, you see the difference, the 3%, it's negligible for me. Okay, so this is more on the business model of some products. Okay, they tend to say 150 SPF, so that like consumers like us, okay, so uneducated consumers, so will purchase that because the concept here, the higher the SPF, the better it is. Okay, so the difference here is just remember SPF 30 is the minimum requirement of the Philippine Dermatological Society and the American Academy of Dermatology. So you don't have to purchase all the higher types of SPF because it's going to be more expensive, and I think it's not going to be more practical that way. What's more practical is that you need to know how to apply it properly. Like the concept of reapplication is only it's not only enough to apply it once, you have to reapply it also as often as you can, especially if you're outdoors. So for example, if you're out swimming, you're out jogging, and you're getting you have the sweat, so you lose all those sunscreen, so you need to reapply. Okay, so for a regular basis, maybe apply 4 or 6 hours if you're not sweating, okay, or you're not outdoors. Maybe you can just reapply at noontime if you're planning to go out as well. All right, so what are the other tips for a good skin, not only limited to the pandemic era? All right, so of course, good food and of course sleep. I'm sure it's so hard for us medical students, and even us doctors. And believe it or not, dermatologists, we don't have enough sleep as well. So this is the concept of having good food and having good sleep to have a better skin. As much as you can, eat healthy, okay? Exercise as often as you can. Sometimes exercise can be harmful as well to your skin because, for example, if you're outdoors, you're swimming, you have been exposed to the sun, all the chemicals, but you know how to take care of the skin, and that's what's important from this lecture. And with that, thank you very much, and remember, always invest in your skin. And with that, thank you so much to you, and I hope you enjoy this webinar.
Thank you very much, Dr. Guevara, for that very informative talk. So now let's proceed to our Q&A portion. So if kung meron kayo mga tanong for Dr. Guevara, please put it in your chat box right now. And pwede akong bumasa, pwede kayo din mismo ang bigay ng question nyo to Doctor.
So you can send
Yes,
your
I think we have
question
questions.
in the chat box or you can raise your hand. So we have a
Yes.
question from a participant who is on YouTube right now. Do you think that toners are important in skincare, especially that there's a lot of toners in the market nowadays?
Yeah, good question. So there are a lot of toners, I agree, and a lot of Korean products also outside are sold online. So the concept here is that if you don't know the ingredients, you cannot understand the ingredients, do not purchase it. Okay, for example, Chinese products, Korean, Japanese, etc. If you do not understand what's written there or what's part of the ingredients, do not use it. Okay, so do not believe just like hearsay or from a friend. It worked from him, from that individual. It doesn't mean that it's gonna work also for you. Okay, so yeah, so very importantly, if you know what's the ingredients, I think there's no problem in terms of using the toner, but hopefully you can use the proper toner for you. All right, so there are questions also here. I think they're sending it to me privately. All right, so I'm just gonna answer it so that I'm just gonna read it so everyone can hear it also. All right, so Doc, do we need to apply sunscreen even at home? Very good question. Okay, so some products or some sunscreen are just made because of UV, not because of the visible light. So the concept here is different. So visible light, it's in front of computers, also in the lighting here. So that's visible light. It can induce pigmentation, okay? If you're not concerned about pigmentation, I don't think you need to wear sunscreen inside. But for me, if you're in front of the of a window or you're exposed in a window, remember the UVB can also penetrate the windows. Okay, so the UVB can also lead to burning, of course, skin aging, etc., and of course your pigmentation if you're on acne medication, etc. All right. So the hello. Okay, another question. Skincare routine is best people like me who had psoriasis. It's hard po kasi to go out and buy products because I don't know po also which products are good for me. Good question. I have psoriasis. I can teach you my routine. So just concept of having mild products, mild soap, mild moisturizer. Avoid strong products. Avoid all the triggering factors such as chronic use of steroids or topical steroids. Sometimes it can aggravate to like postural psoriasis, etc. As long as it's mild, and you need to wear sunscreen as well. Okay, so not only because you have psoriasis, you're gonna avoid sunscreen. But very importantly, you have to moisturize your skin as often as you can. All right, so from Kyrene, are moisturizers still necessary for those who have oily skin, or will chemical exfoliators suffice? All right, so for the question here is that if you have oily skin, you need moisturizers. I think yes, okay, because your oily skin is just maybe limited to the face, but remember your hands, your arms, your body can be dry. So I think you need to wear moisturizer or apply moisturizer. Chemical exfoliators, okay, so we do that also, especially if you have your dry skin. We have medicated chemical peels or exfoliators, which are done by dermatologists or board certified dermatologists like me and Dr. Jen. Okay, so we do that also. So maybe it can control your activity of the oil, or maybe just improve the texture of the skin, whether your problem is going to be pigmentation, acne, etc. Alright, so okay ba gamitin BHA as toner? Okay, so and then retinol after. It can be sometimes irritating to your skin if you use these acids, and then you're gonna use a retinol or retinoids, so it's gonna be really it's gonna irritate your skin. So sometimes you do not want to mix this, and you need to ask or consult a dermatologist before using such products, because it's so common nowadays. I have a lot of patients having irritant contact dermatitis. Their face are so red because they keep on applying these products, and sometimes the mix is not really good. Aloe vera, an ideal moisturizer for the face, probably. I don't know. It's yes, I can recommend also herbal products, but remember we need to use a product with backed by science, not only just case report or from a business model, but we need to have a multi-center study so that we can back up that such product. I don't know with aloe vera. I don't know the concept of that, but of course we hear that and we see that a lot of type of moisturizers. Possible mag-change from one skin type to another, definitely. Okay, so for example, pre-teen years, you are atopic, you have dry. Whenever you have your teenager years, your activated oil gland will lead to oilier skin. Is it okay to use niacinamide for oily sensitive skin? If yes, when is the right time to use po? Okay, so niacinamide is very common now. Okay, so a lot of brands are using niacinamide. It increases ceramide, so which is good also for hydration of the skin. So niacinamide activates your ceramide. So it is ceramide is basically the moisture inside your skin, which is very important for that to be in terms of hydrating your skin. So the second question is, when is the right time to use it po? So niacinamide can be used in the morning and evening, so you can moisturize your skin. So that's a good question. All right, so what skincare or management would be best for recurrent tinea versicolor? So the concept is just treat tinea versicolor. I don't want a patient to have a recurrent tinea versicolor because it's going to be a failure on my part. We need to treat that first. It maybe the question can revolve in terms of how to avoid tinea versicolor, okay, or the recurrence of the tinea versicolor. Of course, keep your area or back maybe or chest dry as often as you can, and practice good hygiene. Take a bath. Do not sleep, okay, while you have your sweaty shirt on. Okay, so I think that's a good question as well. I notice I have extreme. I think we have 1 million questions, so maybe I'll just limit to three last questions because we don't have time. All right, so okay, so here you go. Okay, let me just pick as a lucky participant. What is your take on rejuvenating sets, spot doctor? I hate that rejuvenating products online. So it's been causing a lot of acne in our patients, specifically your cystic, nodular cystic acne. To be honest, when I arrived Philippines last year, I started my clinic. My mom recommended me a secretary. Okay, so a secretary had a lot of nodular cystic acne because she used Rejuve set. Okay, so Rejuve set, I don't know the ingredients, probably has steroids and all other harmful chemicals that can induce, maybe temporarily improve the skin, but afterwards it's going to induce a lot of nodular cystic acne. So throw away your not rejuvenating sets. All right. So number two question. Oh, interesting question here. What skincare ingredients should be avoided? So there are a lot of ingredients that can be really harmful for your skin. Number one, the cur- uh, the the very important question. I don't want to mention a brand, but avoid an ingredient that you cannot basically understand. If it's not English or something you cannot understand, avoid it. Okay, so do not I do not want you to waste your money in terms of buying foreign products. Don't get me wrong. A lot of foreign products are good. Okay, as long as you know the ingredients should be good. As long as it's FDA approved, should be good. Okay, so I'm not against any foreign products or something products that you might want. As long as you understand it and it's FDA approved, I don't have a problem with that. I think the step-by-step skin products have been mentioned already earlier. Okay, so wash your face, hydrate, sunscreen, very important. All right, I think we have 2 million questions already. I thought we have only 236 participants, but I cannot answer this. I'm so sorry, but uh, maybe you can what? Uh,
Maybe they can visit you, Doc, in
yeah,
your
just
clinic.
reach me online, but I cannot. That's why I cannot like volunteer myself to answer all this because we don't have time. And I mentioned earlier, even dermatologists, we don't have sleep. Also, I work whole day already. I almost forgot to lecture. But with that, I think that's good. And thank you so much for inviting me. And I had fun answering and in answering all your questions and queries. Hopefully, we'll have more sessions like this, and hopefully you learned something new today. All right, thank you so much.
Thank you, Doc.
Thank you so much, Dr.
Thank you so
Guevara.
much, Doc.
For
Thank you,
those
Doc.
uh, for those who want to visit Doc for a consultation maybe, or you want to um, ask about your skin problems, you can visit Doc in Southeast Dermatology.
Yes, exactly.
So,
Visit me in Southeast
um,
Dermatology or my Brokenshire clinic, wherever you wanna see me, and that should be good. Maybe you can ask me whatever products you wanna ask me, and hopefully I can answer those.
thank you so much, Dr. Guevara. So, to present Dr. Guevara with a certificate of appreciation for joining us this evening and giving us this very informative talk, I would like to call in Miss Cherry Bay Dominice. Cherry, are you there? Cherry.
All right, I think you could just mention it. It doesn't matter. It's okay. Yeah. So thank you again, everyone. I appreciate
Okay,
the
baka
certificate of
na-disconnect lang po
appreciation.
si Cherry.
Yes, it's okay. So I appreciate all this effort from the organizing committee, all the participants. Thank you so much for inviting me. All right.
Thank you
Thank you,
Thank
very
you
much,
so
Dr.
much,
Doc.
Guevara.
Doc.
Thank you.
So hopefully for those who won, I don't know how you'll win all these certificates or all our giveaways. Good luck to you all, and hopefully I'll see you all in the clinic. Thank you.
Thank you very much again, Doc. Thank you, Doc.
Thank you, Doc.
All right. So I'm gonna leave
All
now.
right. Okay, Doc. Thank you for
Okay.
joining
All right.
us.
Thank you. Okay. Bye bye.
All right. So, I certainly learned a lot. Did you learn a lot from that talk, partner?
Yes, I've learned a lot from that. So bawal pa talaga yung mga Chinese products pala talaga, no? So
Yes,
dapat
so be
FDA
careful
approved
sa mga
talaga.
in-order mo na add to cart mo sa... Yes, kasi nag-add to cart ka ng skincare products, di ba? Ngayong 12/12.
Oo.
So, you have to check the label. Baka ano. Alright, so I'm sure you're all waiting for our raffle draw. But before that, what will we have, partner? Partner, I think you're muted.
Yeah,
Okay.
sorry. So before the raffle draw, yung mga hinihintay natin, kasali yung host, di ba, sa raffle draw? Tama ba ako? Kasi I need that gift cert
Ay,
for my face eh.
sasali ba tayo?
Hindi ko alam.
Sana.
Basta kasali tayo. So before the raffle draw, we're going to have an intermission number from our group this year's Med Groove Champions 2020, the VVX crew. So let's have our video.
Yeah.
My hair like a swing.
Thank you so much, VMX, for that dance performance. So for those who do not know, ang VMX ang representative ng Brock Med sa Med Groove 2020.
Yes,
So
and
sila
for
yung
those, yung host
champion.
natin ngayon is kasali din doon, si Miss
Hindi.
Ina.
Hindi, wala ko doon. Nandun ako, nakaupo ako sa harap. Hindi nila nakita. Alright. So, ito na guys. Since tapos na intermission number, alam nyo na anong sunod. Next up, we have... Ano partner? Closing remarks na ba? Iuwi na natin ang prize.
Yes,
Alright.
wala nang raffle kasi sa host na daw lahat. So thank you very much for coming, guys. So no, joke lang, joke lang.
All right. So next up, we have our raffle draw. Woo! Palakpakan. Sound effects. Wala. Okay. Thank you. So first, we will give away our minor prizes. So we will have 10 winners of GCash worth 250 pesos. Woo! Who's excited? Me. I'm excited. Ako lang ba ang excited dito? All right. So, huwag na nating patagalin pa. Let us flash our wheel of fortune. May wheel tayo. Last time, di ba, number generator. Ngayon, may wheel. Di ba? Ayan. Alright. Let's jump right to it. Let's have ang first winner of GCash worth 250 pesos. Wow! Congratulations, Ate Daphne Granada. Are you here? Please chat or speak up. Raise your hand. Ate Daphne, are you here?
Are you here? Ate Daphne?
Yes! Ayan, our first
Okay,
winner of
congratulations.
GCash. Congratulations, Ate Da. Alright, next na agad. Excited na sila. You're welcome, Ate Da. Next winner. So, 10. May 9 pa tayo. Congratulations to Christian Loy Ledesma. Are you here? So, ang mga kasali po sa raffle natin ay yung mga nakapag-register. So, if you are in the YouTube live, the officers will just let us know. Are you here, Christian Loy Ledesma? Or baka nasa YouTube siya, officers? We'll give her time kasi may lag pa. May konting lag sa YouTube.
Nandito siya, 4th year. Si Miss Christian
Brooke!
Loy.
Brooke pala! Sorry,
Yes.
hello! Are you here?
Nandiyan na siya. Thank you.
Thank God, nanay 4th year na daog, yes. God. Yay! Congrats! Congratulations po! Alright, nandito si Miss Christian. Good tayo, officers. Okay, next. Ayan. You're welcome po. Next winner. Congratulations, Pia Colleen Zerudo. Are you here, Pia? Are you here? Officers, please help na lang po sa pag-check kung present. Pia? Pia, are you here, Pia? First year ba to si Pia? Pia Zerudo. Yung mga nagchat-chat po ng mga single dyan, huwag muna. Hintayin natin si Pia. Wala si Pia. First year daw si Pia, but is she here?
Nandito na siya. So,
Ayan,
nag-comment na siya doon.
Pia.
Congratulations.
So, may 3 na tayong nabigay. Yes. Next winner. 250, pwede na yung pang milk tea.
Piece of your love, I'm calling you up to get it down, down. I'm on the pursuit of happiness, and I know everything is shining, always gonna. She told me don't worry about it.
Luigi Libarios, are you here? Ayan, ang bilis. Yan, ganyan dapat mag-react, guys. Mabilis. Congratulations!
Congrats.
Luigi. Alright. Single daw si Luigi. Ayan, 4 na. For our 5th winner, Wheel of Fortune. Spin the wheel.
Woke up on the right
Welcome.
side of the bed. What's up with the spring song inside my head? Hands up if you're down.
Congratulations, Jean Therese Mandap. Are you here, Jean? Sayang, may classmates kami nakadakot. Ayun na siya, third year. Congratulations! You just won Gcash worth 250 pesos. Alright, so 5 na yun, di ba, partner?
Yes,
So,
5
break
na yun.
muna
So,
tayo sa minor. Kasi
yes,
gusto
let's...
nila, gusto nila ng major prize. So, let's
Yeah,
stop muna
so-
at 5. Tapos, mag-major
So,
prize
major
tayo.
prize muna tayo isa. So,
Okay, sige.
operator,
Deal,
let's
deal.
pick for the first major prize yung makakatanggap ng major prize ngayon. Are you excited, guys? I'm excited for me. So, let's, operator, let's pick our first major prize winner.
In the wheel.
There's no going back.
Wow!
Christian Ombanya! Congratulations! Are you here?
Nandito man si Christian, please.
Wait, nandito ba si Christian? Ayan.
Yun,
Yes,
meron
Christian.
nandun siya. Thank you. After 22
Congratulations.
years daw, guys, nanalo daw siya. So, congratulations,
you just
Christian.
You won a gift certificate for with 1,000 for Southeast Dermatology. All right. So, let's jump. Isa pang major prize, partner?
Sige, isa pa major prize para
Okay.
ganahan tayo ngayong gabi. So, operator, let's have our next winner for major prize.
One more major prize.
Face when I'm with you. But I love it.
Zoe, Liza, Albutra. Are you here, Zoe? Dito ba si Zoe?
Zoe Saiza Albutra.
Ayan!
Yan.
First year. Ang dami na nalong first year. I think dahil sila yung...
Yeah, mas marami sila eh.
Mas marami na population. Congratulations, Zoe!
Congratulations,
You just won
Zoe.
Gift set worth 1,000! Woo! Alright! So, ito, break na naman tayo sa major. Para
Yes,
medyo
sa minor
mag-break.
na naman tayo para yung last major natin later na naman din.
Alright.
Okay.
Let's pick our remaining 5 winners of Gcash worth 250. Uy, nawala yung wheel. Where is our operator? Operator, are you there?
Nandito siya. So, let's wait for our operator.
Ay, magkasama pala kayo, partner.
Yes, nandito yung DJ natin. Katabi
Ayun,
kong
DJ.
DJ natin ngayon eh.
Alright. Sayang. Kasi nawala yung wheel. Kuya Well. Oy, Kuya Well. Asa na yung wheel natin?
So again, guys, so if you want a consultation to Dr. Guevara, you can go to his clinic sa Southeast Dermatologic Center and sa Brokenshire Clinic na din.
Alright. Ayan na. Our Wheel of Fortune is back. Alright. Ready na ba tayo? Kuya Well, are you ready, Kuya Well?
Yun.
Ayan. Our 6th winner of Gcash is Katrina Arangcon. Are you here, Katrina Arangcon?
Katrina, dun siya.
Ayan.
Ayan.
First year na naman. Grabe to first year.
Ang
Hinahakot
swerte
ko
ng first
lahat.
years. Woo!
Congratulations. Alright. Next winner. Spin the wheel. 7th na to. 7th winner. Fourth year na siya daw. Sana 4th year na.
Sana 4th year na naman. Woo!
Ayun, maraming 4th year, oh. Arjeli Kate Donya.
Yes, Miss Arjeli Kate Donya.
Nag-practice lang daw na 4th year.
Nandito ba si Arjeli?
Arjeli,
Kate?
are you here, Arj? Arjeli.
Yun,
Yeah,
nandito siya.
congratulations, Arjali. You're our seventh winner of GCash. Alright. Next na agad kasi excited na yung fourth years natin.
Nag-practice
Spin
na
the
sila.
wheel.
So caught up in my job, didn't see what's going on, but now I know she is always right there when I need her.
Let's see. June Laudel Grino.
Grino.
What?
Grino?
Ayan na
Grino.
talaga.
Fourth na talaga, guys. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Woo, fourth year daw. Congratulations, you're our eighth winner. Gcash worth 250. Oh, para daw to sa seniors. So, ililibre po kayo lahat ni June. Gamit yung 250 pesos sa Gcash. Para daw sa seniors. Alright. Next winner. Ninth winner na. Spin the wheel. Zivian Amora. Are you here, Zivian? Zivian Amora? Fourth year ulit! Congratulations!
Nandito ba si
Ayan
CBN?
na. Oh, ayun kasi ang ingay kasi yung fourth year sa group chat.
Yes.
Kaya nananalo sila. O, third year. Mag-ingay, third year.
Second year, tayo naman.
Ayan na. Ang second year, okay na daw sila.
Okay na tayo.
Okay na ba kay second year? Alright. Spin the wheel. Last na ba to, partner?
Yes, last na to. For
Last.
last winner of GCash.
Our last winner of Gcash with 250.
Miss Rachel San Juan.
Rachel J. San Juan. Are you here? Rachel or Richel?
Rachel or Rachel?
Rachel San Juan. More daw, sabi ng fourth year. Rachel,
More
may
daw.
chance pa kayo kung wala si Rachel. Baka hindi na-expect eh.
Let's give a time for Rachel. Rachel, nandito ka
Baka
ba?
nasa YouTube siya.
O baka nasa
Sir,
YouTube?
baka nasa YouTube. Let's give time. Baka may content na.
Si Rachel is from Marvel, St. Alexius. Nandito ba siya sa YouTube? Yes,
Rachel
nandito
is
siya.
from-
Wow, congratulations, Rachel.
Oh my God!
From St.
Pinanalo
Alexius,
from Audit
Marvel.
School.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you for joining us this evening.
So right now, let's
Ayan na.
proceed to our last major prize or winner this evening.
Last na.
I
Last
hope
na talaga.
pangalan ko na talaga lumabas dito kasi kailangan ko yung 1,000.
Okay, umasa,
So operator,
partner.
let's do our spin the wheel for our last major prize this evening.
Spin the wheel.
Our winner is Shernahar
Congratulations
Baiting.
to Biting. Biting.
Nandito ba si Shernahar Baiting?
Shernahar. Kung nandito ka man,
Nandito
magparamdam
siya.
ka.
He's a first year student of Brokenshire.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
You won the last major prize. I'm so sorry for that. You won the last major prize. Congratulations.
Yes, major prize. Congratulations, Sherhana.
Alright. Sayang, partner. Sana may... I really wish may prizes pa tayo. Pero limited lang ang budget natin dito sa Kinaadman. Pero, di ba, amazing pa rin naman yung prizes natin. Again, congratulations to all the winners. Congratulations, fourth year. Nanalo na talaga kayo. Alright. So, before we end this webinar officially, we would like to call in the winner of BrockMed 2019, our Miss BrockMed 2019, AC Tindayo. For the closing remarks. AC, are you here?
Hi, everyone.
Welcome,
So-
AC.
Yeah. For closing, I would like to take this opportunity to thank everyone for joining us today. For the people behind the scenes, White Feather Productions, this won't be possible without you. So I won't make this long. Once again, thank you guys. And then after the webinar, please don't forget to fill up the evaluation form. And if you have any suggestions for upcoming webinars, please don't hesitate to drop your suggestions and maybe we can cater to your request. So once again, thank you everyone. Good night and stay safe. Peace out.
Hi, AC.
Thank you, AC.
Thank you.
Ayun, may admirer pala sa yung Miss Med natin.
Yes.
Yun yung partner ni Miss Med nung Brock Med, di ba? Ay, yung Med Night, di ba?
Oh, yun siya, si
Si
Mr.
Bern.
Bern.
All right. So thank you once again, AC, for your closing remarks. Thank you again to everyone who joined us this evening. We hope you learned a lot from Dr. Guevara, and I hope you all had fun because we had fun also. We hope you
Yes.
join us again for our future webinars. And if pwede na face-to-face, then face-to-face na yung mga seminar,
Yung activities
webinar,
natin. Yes.
activities, yes. So, shout out to Kinaadman for this, for organizing this webinar. Thank you for making this possible. All right, so before you all go, mag-picture
But
taking muna
wait,
tayo.
group picture taking muna tayo, guys. So, please turn on your cameras right now because we're going to take our group picture. So,
Sige
guys,
na,
please
wag
turn
mo na kayong
on.
mag-leave.
Ipakita natin yung mga skincares yung mga skin natin ngayon.
Suklay-suklay muna, ganon.
Yes.
Oh, may mga nag-leave na ayaw magpa-picture.
Yeah.
Okay.
Huwag muna kayo mag-leave. Mag-group picture muna tayo.
Okay. Ready? Who will take
Ready?
the photo? Who will take the photo? Officers?
Ako.
All right.
Okay. Kadaghan niha kay laptop lang akong gamit. Okay. First shot, 1, 2, 3, smile. Next. Wait lang. 1, 2, 3, smile. Ulit rin. 1, 2, 3, smile. Smile lang mo, guys. Ay lang gundang og smile. 1, 2, 3, smile. Ito pa, 1, 2, 3, smile. 1, 2, 3, smile. Daghan ka ita. 1, 2, 3,
Mahilaw.
smile. 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay na. Thank you.
Thank you again
Thank
sa
you,
mga
Lil.
nasa YouTube. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, for all participants, again, thank you very much for joining us
From
this
other
evening.
schools, thank you for joining. Maraming nagchat-chat po sa group, sa chat box. Ayan, may mga pa-shoutout sila. Basahin nyo na lang. Thank you guys for joining.
Thank you.
You may leave na or baka gusto nyo mag-chat pag wash out, shout out. Thank you, 4th year, 3rd years, 2nd
all
year,
non-broke,
first
to our
year.
guests, thank you very much.
Thank you, Kinaadman.
Yes, Kinaadman for the budget. Thank you.